right. Welcome and thank you for joining. My name is Ashley Lusick, and I am a health educator for community health at Atlantic Health System. Today's webinar, DASACC Teen Dating Violence Awareness Series, a workshop to understand teen dating abuse, is presented by Caitlin Apgar. Before we begin, I have a few announcements. This webinar is being recorded. All participants are muted. If you have a question, please use the Q&A for questions or chat for comments. We will try to get through all questions at the end of this presentation. Are you or a loved one interested in smoking cessation? Atlantic Health System offers a free quit smoking program. This program includes an individual assessment, free nicotine replacement products, and 6 weekly group meetings to help you quit and stay smoke-free. There are multiple dates and times available, with groups available in person or virtually. For more information about these groups and other resources, or for additional dates and times, please call 1-844-472-8499. I am now going to turn it over to Caitlin.
Hi, everyone. My name is Caitlin, and I'm a clinical services intern here at DASACC. I'm just going to share my screen, and I'll give you a little more information with my PowerPoint. Hold on one sec. So again, my name is Caitlin Apgar. I am the clinical services intern here at DASACC. We're the Domestic Abuse and Sexual Assault Crisis Center of Warren County. All of our services here are free and confidential. We have everything from emergency shelters to a 24/7 hotline. And we do everything from legal advocacy, crisis response teams, case management, community outreach. We have a volunteer program as well, and we have a lot of cool things. I just ask for our community agreement here, be mindful of others. I know that I'm not physically in the room with you, but just always be mindful of who's in the room with you. You never know what someone's experiences might be. So be mindful of others and who may be watching this with you. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Questions are amazing, and I'm happy to answer anything anyone might have. Always be respectful of each other, just common decency, and always be understanding of other people's experiences. You never know what someone might have happened currently or what might have happened in the past. You never know what someone's relationship might be like. Okay. So today we always have goals and all, and today you'll hopefully be able to review and be able to define dating abuse, identify at least 2 violent dating behaviors, being able to describe the cycle of abuse and know what are some healthy and unhealthy relationship signs. And we'll briefly review what is safety planning and how we can use it. Today is all about review from last week, and hopefully we'll have some fun while we're doing it. So today too, I have a video that I thought would be a little interesting. My apologies. A small video, just when watching this video, just think about a little bit and about the situation and what might it view. You never know what's behind someone's social media or behind their relationship.
There's a picture that kind of looked like her.
Totally.
It's close. Oh, it looked like the girl from that movie. It could be the eyes,
It could be.
the smile.
Really good. Jeez, Will, stop.
Huh? What? We're all having a good time here, right?
This is just a little introduction to what someone might be experiencing in their relationship. you see at first the video, the little picture of someone, whether it be on Instagram or any other social media of, this happy couple. You see them looking good, looking happy, nothing seems really wrong. And yet behind that is an incident of, everybody's hanging out, everyone's kind of chill, nothing much going on. And you can start to see this woman's partner get a little irritated that she's not paying him attention, not looking directly at him, maybe not answering his cues of, hey, like, look at me, look at me. So instead of maybe thinking about it, talking about it later, gently communicating, he starts to drive quicker, starts to do some things that, might make her feel uncomfortable. So to start for some review, what is dating abuse? Abuse is a pattern of abusive behavior, usually covering power and control over a partner, and typically escalates over time. So I'm going to stop sharing for a moment because we have a couple polls. We want to make this as interactive as possible. So I'll put up a few polls and see if we can remember what some of the stuff that we talked about last week is. Okay. So I'll give everyone a minute or two to answer this poll. What counts as abuse out of these 4 questions? Might be calling your partner names when you're angry, shoving your partner away from you, arguing with your partner, or walking away from your partner during an argument. So what might you consider out of those abusive behavior? So I'll give everyone a minute or two. Okay, so I can definitely see people saying calling your partner names when you're angry and shoving your partner away from you. Both of those are definitely abusive behaviors. Some people might think, well, isn't arguing with your partner, you should never get mad at your partner. And that's just not true. Sometimes you're going to have conflict with people, and that's totally a normal way of life. Everybody gets mad sometimes, everyone gets upset. Arguing with your partner can be completely normal. However, calling your partner names when you're angry or shoving your partner away from you is totally red flag behavior. It's completely unacceptable, and it shows big signs of emotional dysregulation. Someone who's not able to control their temper, someone who's not able to think critically about the situation before reacting. So just showing the answers and such. All right. I'm going to share screen again and we'll go some review. So again, review is pattern of abusive behavior, control over a partner, and it typically escalates over time. It might start out simply as, maybe calling someone a name, calling them a slur. It might start out with getting angry at them all the time over little things that, would be easy to communicate. It also might start escalating to isolating you from your friends. It might be being inappropriate around your friends or family members to make them purposely uncomfortable. And it might even start physically, when you try to walk away from them, they grab you roughly on the arm, or they shake you, trying to get you to pay attention to them. Or it might even escalate to punching or hitting you in the face or eye. And that all is definitely red flag behavior. I'm going to show, but abuse doesn't always just have to be physical as well, as we'll see in this. Just hold on one sec.
Hello. Hey.
Oh my God. What?
You always ignore me.
I'm sorry, I was just studying.
So I'm not important to you anymore.
Please don't do this again.
This is why I can't trust you. You are making me do this.
Even when they happen on your phone, unhealthy behaviors can still hurt. Learn the signs before things go too far. Visit joinonelove.org.
So another example of unhealthy behavior doesn't always have to be in person. Unhealthy relationship signs can definitely happen via the phone or over social media. If someone's consistently harassing you to try to get your attention, sending 30, 40, 50 texts in a night when you've made it clear that you're busy, that you have stuff going on, that's definitely not a healthy sign in a relationship. No one should be trying to clamber for all of your time or all of your energy. It's certainly something that, people expect abusive behavior to happen solely in person, by being physical, yelling at you, calling out you names. But even if they claim to be joking, calling you names on social media, posting inappropriate pics of you, or making rude comments on pics that you've posted or any posts that you've made still can be really unhealthy. And just to post on the thing. So I'm posting this poll, which is abuse is a single incident, true or false? And I'll give everyone a few seconds. All right, we've hit about 30 seconds, so I'll end the poll here and share the results. And that is the correct answer is false. Abuse is not just a single incident. Of course, there can always be, one single, if someone, in a single time, calls you a name, gets rude, that is definitely not a great sign and you should definitely take it seriously. But most of the time, abuse will continue in a pattern of behavior and will definitely escalate over time. And it's definitely a warning sign and something you should take seriously, something that you should consider on whether you want to continue the relationship or not. One more poll. Okay. How many teens have experienced being harmed or threatened in their relationship? In a survey, you can choose either 1 in 3, 1 in 5, or 1 in 10. How many teens do you think experience being threatened or harmed in their relationships? I'll just give a few more seconds. Okay. To share the results, it's everyone got it correct. It is 1 in 3. 1 in 3 teens have experienced being threatened or harmed in their relationship. Excellent job. So to go back from sharing for a minute, hold on one sec. And just to review a little bit of what some behaviors of violence can be. This is the power and control wheel. And these are some of the behaviors that can definitely be caused by someone who's perpetrating harm. Someone who is in a unhealthy relationship might peer pressure you. They might threaten to expose your weakness or spread rumors about you. They may not hesitate to tell lies to your peer group, to your friends, or to your family. And they might put you down. They might make you feel badly about yourself by calling you names, making you think you're crazy, playing mind games, gaslighting you, humiliating you, or making you feel guilty all the time. Another is using social status, treating you like a servant, making all the decisions, acting like the master of the castle, being the one to define the roles in your relationship. Another one is making you afraid by looks, actions, or gestures, smashing things, destroying property. It could be even by abusing pets, whether that's your pet or their pet, showing violence to animals, kicking, if you have a cat or a dog, kicking them, hitting them in the face. They might display weapons as a sign of threatening behavior. They might, whether it's a knife or any other different kind of weapons. Even if it's just casually showing, getting into your face with it, even if they don't actually put a hand on you. Minimizing, denying, or blaming, making light of the abuse and not taking concerns about it seriously when you approach them about that behavior, saying that it didn't happen. It could be shifting responsibility for the behavior, saying that you caused it. It might even be saying like, well, if you didn't do this to me, if you didn't make me angry, if you didn't push my buttons, if you didn't frustrate me so much, if you didn't go out and flirt, even if you really didn't, then I wouldn't have to do this to you. It's about punishment or making you learn your lesson. That's all major red flags and definitely abusive behavior. Could be making threats, making or carrying out threats to do something to hurt you, even if it's just threatening to leave all the time, to commit suicide, to report you to the police. Could be about making you drop charges even when they've done something that is extremely harmful to you or illegal. Could be making you do illegal things so that you'll be implemented in the crime if they're ever caught, or holding it against you and threatening to go to the cops about you. It could also be sexual coercion, manipulating or making threats to get sex, getting you pregnant or threatening to get you pregnant, threatening to take any children you might have away, or getting someone or yourself drunk or drugged to have sex. And another can be isolation and exclusion, controlling what another person does, controlling what you do, who you see or talk to, what you're reading, where you're going. Could be about limiting outside involvement, making sure so that you're not comfortable, getting your parents involved or getting friends involved or a teacher. And using jealousy to justify actions. Well, I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous. I'm a jealous person. And jealousy never absolves the person of being able to manage their own feelings or behaviors. It's okay to be jealous. Everyone gets a little jealous sometimes, but it's not okay to use jealousy as a reason to manipulate or bother your partner or force them to do things they're not comfortable with. Hold on one sec. Just to show. Again, here's the slide. We'll show one more video. Here's another example of abusive behavior.
Why can't I be here? I'm with my friends.
They're not your friends.
How did you even know I was here?
Your location, obviously.
I'm just having fun.
No, you're just desperate for attention. You're leaving.
Even when they happen on your phone, unhealthy behaviors can still hurt. Learn the signs before things go too far. Visit.
Here's another great example of red flags too. Saying they're not your friends. Why would your friends take you to a party? Why would they put you at risk way? Why would they take you and maybe abandon you? Consistently harassing the person, constantly texting them so that they can't enjoy themselves, so that they can't hang out comfortably with other friends, making it awkward because somebody notices that your phone's constantly going out, constantly interrupting, so that you're consistently having to walk away or answer the phone. It might even be like she said, how did you know where I was? Through your location. Could be abusing the privilege of sharing locations with each other. Sometimes it's totally normal for couples to share location with each other. It allows them, sometimes you're going into a new place and you might be anxious or such, and it can be a very healthy, natural behavior. You want to keep an eye on each other and make sure that you're both safe. But when you start to abuse it, when you're tracking it outside of, defined boundaries, that's definitely not a safe or healthy behavior. Okay. Which of these is a warning sign? Is making you having the passcode to your phone is not a warning sign. It's actually can be really healthy. Most people aren't really afraid or, alarmed at what's on each other's phone. There's not really a reason to hide it. It can become healthy when someone uses it as an excuse to consistently or constantly grab at it, to search months, weeks, days back into conversations, to snoop on things that, isn't really, they're not supposed to be a part of. So all of those can make having the passcode unhealthy, but inherently it can be totally normal. As always, grabbing someone when you're angry is definitely abusive behavior and definitely a big red flag. And making you block your friends on social media is another huge red flag. There's no reason to block your friends unless there was like a specific boundary being violated. And that should be a decision made by you and not by other people. I'm done, just sharing screen. Just to review the cycle of abuse. The cycle of abuse tends to be excellent. The cycle of abuse starts to start out with tension building. Tensions increase, lack of communication. Someone might feel like they're walking on eggshells around their partner. They may not feel comfortable being around them, but feel forced to hang around them anyway. You may start to become fearful. And that will definitely lead into the incident. The incident is verbal, emotional, physical, or sexual abuse. It can often be violent, even if it's not physical. And it can include screaming, hitting someone, calling someone names, generally a blow-up situation. And after that initial incident, it can lead to reconciliation. The abuser may apologize, give excuses, blame the victim, deny the abuse occurred. They may even say that, just don't do that again and I won't blow up. They may say that, well, if you didn't do this to me, I wouldn't act like this, all which is big red flags. And that leads to a calm period. The relationship is really relatively calm and peaceable, and the honeymoon phase may last for weeks, even months, until that tension building behavior starts again. And this leads into the equality wheel. Just as a review from last time, there are also green flags to a relationship, signs that a relationship is healthy and wonderful. And this can be anything from open communication, being able to express your feelings or opinions, knowing it's okay to disagree, saying what you mean and meaning what you say. It can be about honesty and responsibility, not making excuses for your partners or your own actions, admitting when you're wrong, keeping your word. It's about respect, paying attention to your partner, even when your friends are around, valuing your partner's opinion, even if it differs from yours, and listening what your partner has to say. It can be being supportive and wanting the best for your partner, offering encouragement when necessary, and being okay with your partner having different friends with you. That's when jealousy comes into play. It's totally normal for people to be jealous or to have jealous feelings occasionally, but it's how you handle that jealousy that really makes it, whether it's a green flag or a red flag. And as always, it's important to trust yourself and your feelings. Do you feel safe in this relationship? Do you feel heard? Does this person listen to you when you say no or you feel uncomfortable? And that's a really vital aspect. It really shows who a person is when you feel that, they can listen to you, that they respect your answers. And when in doubt, always talk to someone you trust, whether that's friends or family members, whether it's a guidance counselor, a teacher, or a coach, or even a friend's parent. It's always so important to be able to reach out to someone when you're being harmed. Remember, like we reviewed earlier, only 30% of teens reach out and are able to receive help. So it's so important to raise those numbers and to reach out when you can. And as always, you have the right to a healthy, positive, fun relationship. Thank you. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A chat. And as always, if you're impacted by this presentation and need to talk, please feel free to see a guidance counselor, talk to your parents, or you can always call our helpline at 908-453-4181. And you can always reach out to me via email too at capgar@dasac.org, or again, reach out to our hotline. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them too.
Thank you so much, Caitlin.
First.
Give me another minute to see if we get any questions.
Of course.
It's really nice to see those answers coming in through the poll, so thank you for that. Nice way of testing our knowledge from last week. Okay. Seeing any questions today? But I would like to thank those participants that did come back again this week. I know sometimes having a part 2 can be tricky with schedules, so I do thank you for having the time today.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining today.
With no questions, I'd like to say thank you to everybody again for joining. We kindly ask that you take a few minutes after today's webinar to complete the program survey. The link to the survey has been added to the chat for your convenience. A special thank you to Caitlin for dedicating your time and expertise today. If you have any additional questions or comments, you can send an email to communityhealth@atlantichealth.org or by calling 1-844-472-8499. Before I exit, I'm just making sure, okay, we don't have any questions, definitely. Great. Well, that concludes today's webinar, everybody. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Bye.